story-wise, there's really no order you need to do these in. The one exception being you need to do New Londo first if you want to do the dark stuff. Otherwise, there's really, you can just do whichever order you want to do it all in. It really doesn't affect the game very much.
Yeah.
Although now that the DLC has been released, you get access to the DLC with stuff that you get in the Duke's archives. And those are found right near Anor Londo.
Yep.
And the Duke is Seath, by the way.
Shh.
He's a Duke.
Yeah.
He's a Duke.
Okay, so and we can also get these chests while we're passing through here. There's a twinkling titanite. Oh, and look, here's our good buddy Smo, which is a bit of foreshadowing, except we went here afterwards. And then the...
Yeah, I don't know, why does he get a statue?
Well, the building over on the other side that we passed through coming in has Ornstein in it.
I know, but I don't get why either of them get a statue.
And this one... What's different about this one? You can actually see it breathing. But yeah, the chain forward means it's a mimic, and if you look close enough, you can actually see the door opening from it breathing.
Also, keep in mind, if you didn't kill Guinevere, there's giants here you have to fight.
Yes.
It's just that because we've despawned all the new Anor Londo people, that's why they're not there.
Yes, because they were all illusions. And then we look up this hill, and look, there is the Duke's archives, where we are now headed.
The Duke is Seath.
It might be Seath.
I'd be mad if I only get to be Duke. I mean, if you help Gwyn win, why don't you get to be like a prince or something? Or
I think you'd be content with him not killing you.
Okay. Some of us strive for more.
Alright, and so in this hallway we encounter another armored tusk. That's the actual name of the enemy. There's only 3 in the game, and 2 of them are in this hallway.
And they drop super cool helmets.
Yes, and this one's actually a little different in that this one's butt is protected with spikes, which covers up its one vulnerable area that it had in Undead Parish.
So you just gotta whack it.
Yeah.
And
so
you're just gonna hit metal.
Yeah. And so, a lot of weapons will bounce off of it. I mean, again, the Black Knight Halberd's probably a bit too strong, so...
Breaks the game.
Oh, we got the helmet!
Yeah, put it on.
Yeah, putting that on.
And these are, it's very tight quarters.
Yeah.
But again, if you just sort of roll well, it's not a huge problem.
Yeah, now that's a helmet.
That is a helmet, look at that. Look at that.
Let's see, what else do we got that we can put on? We can put on Havel's armor. Look at that!
Then you won't move. Can you move at all?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
That's a big man.
Alright, now let's try,
Look at that roll.
stone armor. I still do pretty good there. That doesn't look good, though. Can do the Silver Knight. God, that helmet is just so big.
We gotta get Artorias armor.
Well, yeah, that's the idea. And so the second armored tusk is right here behind this window. I mean, this corner to make a little bit of an ambush. So really the best place to attack these guys is right from the side. If you're directly behind them, they will kick.
They'll buck you.
Yeah. So, and then that takes care of them. And so then here is the bonfire for the beginning of the Duke's Archives.
Das Bonfire.
Where we will actually level up some.
Now the Duke is, it turns out that after Seath helped Gwyn, as we said, when he helped him, he got to be a Duke. And he turned, Seath didn't get a Lord Soul, as we mentioned. And he also was not, like his dragon brethren, immortal. Which leads us to believe that maybe the dragon scales had something to do with immortality. So Seath, of course, not wanting to die, turned all his attention into research, thus an archive, and the subject of his research was immortality, and we'll learn more about that in a little bit. He's
Alright.
also a douchebag.
Yep, and a lot of his research was into crystals, because the crystal of immortality is one of the two things that is attributed to the dragon's immortality. And so Seath invested a lot of time and attention into crystal magic, and that sort of spilled out into the inhabitants of his archive and domain, in that they are the normal sort of hollowed out creatures that we've seen before, but they have strange crystal formations on them.
Also, Dave just kind of went out in here. You got to be careful. You should, if this is your first playthrough, lure those people out one by one. There's an archer right here who keeps shooting you down there over and over. And there's magic people in the next room, and then there's two more here. Like, there's a lot of enemies here, so you just have to be careful.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
So again, you can go through it slower and bait them out one by one or just in twos.
Yes, and then there is a channeler. The other channelers we've seen were in the undead.
Just a quiet giant crystal monster there to the right.
Yes.
What's he up to, just standing there?
Well, I guess we shall see. He looks to be ready to attack us. Whoa!
Yeah, again, that's why you just lots of enemies here. You gotta be careful. Now that crystal guy doesn't really aggro on you unless you go up to him, so don't worry about, if you don't have to or want to deal with him, you can just
And
go
so he drops the broken pendant, which is a key, I believe. Yes. Half of a broken stone pendant divine appears to originate from Ulasil. So, I wonder what we can use that for.
And if you remember, Ulasil was the kingdom that was near and in Darkroot Garden.
Yes.
So we may need to go back to there for some reason.
But yeah, as I was saying, these are the channelers. We last saw one in the Undead Parish, and we saw one in the depths guarding the dragon there. And the channelers, we meet a ton of them here, and that they are obviously related to Seath in some way. I think their items say that he created them. And so this is their origin. So that means that he left channelers near the gargoyles, which I guess is near one of the Bells of Awakening, and near one of the only other surviving dragons, the Gaping Dragon. Even though he had obviously become something a bit different than what he was before. Let's see, is there anything else around here?
And again, cannot stress enough, there's loads of those skeletons, so just be careful if this is your first time.
Yeah,
it can be difficult dealing with all of them.
A lot of these crystal...
And you'll notice all these books, it's a big old library. It's a cool level.
Yep, and as we can see, there's a fog gate over there, but we will not get to go to that.
For a long time.
I don't know, should I try to do the sequence break?
Nah, I mean, just do it the normal way for the people at home.
There's a twinkling. And then I don't know if there's anything on this side, on the other side.
I don't recall. Now, you can go through the fog gate if you want, but what you're supposed to do is not that.
It's not a fog gate, it's a window. I just never ever come over here.
Oh, it must have been right. There's a fog gate on the other sides of this, I guess.
With another twinkling, and then from here we can see the rest of the archive, and down in the distance we can see Anne Orlando.
Yep. Everything's connected.
Yep.
We're just down all over there. So many skeletons.
I know. Is there something over here?
There might be a chest.
There is. Is it a mimic? It is. It's a good thing I bothered to check, because I have not fought this chest probably 3 times in all my playthroughs. I never come over here. Oh, it's the symbol of avarice. Oh, we got that as a drop. And this is the Crystal Knight Shield. So the symbol of avarice is a super rare drop from mimics that increases...
Which is just their face, right?
Yeah. And it increases your item discovery the same as the gold serpent ring. They don't stack, but this is another option if you want to keep your ring slots open.
Look at how cool you look.
And also if you want to go around with the head of a mimic, which admittedly looks pretty hilarious.
It sure does.
Alright, so we're gonna heal up a bit, and then we're gonna take this elevator up. Now up here I'm gonna talk about but not do. There's a area where you can sequence break and end up skipping about a good half of this whole area. Where if you send this elevator back down and roll over onto the railing here, you can roll off at a certain point and land on an upper balcony, and just bypass the most annoying chunk of this level by far.
But that ain't what we're gonna do.
Nope. But as you can see here, we're getting closer to the top, and there are strange crystal formations, including this individual
Crystal
who
dude.
also has crystal all over him. Once again, strange crystal magic's going on up here.
And the crystal items you can get, like there's several drops and stuff, they're actually pretty good, but they're really fragile. So
Yes.
it's sort
And then up this hallway, more crystals, and also a crystal lizard.
And before you get to the top of here, you're going to want to equip a ring of sacrifice.
Yes.
No, the better ring of sacrifice.
The rare
I guess
ring
the
of
first,
sacrifice.
The
So
rare
yeah,
ring.
crystal.
Because
crystal.
there's a part here that you sort of are going to die in and are going to get cursed in.
Yes, this is the one point in the game where if you follow this route, you have to die. And it's to drive home sort of a plot point. So if you get to this point and don't want to lose all of your souls and all of your everything,
And don't want to be cursed.
yeah, then this is where you would equip a rare ring of sacrifice that allows you to keep your souls and not get cursed if you die. And to speed things up, I'm actually going to take off all my armor. Just so we can die quicker and get this over with. So we enter this in. Oh, look, it's Seath the Scaleless! In a big crystal room. And, he's actually too far away for you to hit with melee. And if you hit him with magic, he will regenerate. During this fight, he is immortal, meaning that it's one way or another, he actually did succeed in attaining immortality.
And you'll notice that his magic attacks make crystals and everything.
Yes. So yeah, we have to die here, and so there we go. So yeah, you're supposed to flail around there for quite a while, and then eventually you will die, but rather than respawn back at the bonfire, you actually are redirected to this bonfire where you are imprisoned in a cage in the archives.
Imagine that.
So we're just gonna put stuff back on. Whoa, not that. And actually, I don't know if I need... Nope, it's the same either way. So we're in a prison now, and also there's more of our good buddies over here. And you may be wondering, how do I get out? And
There's a way.
Yep, there's actually a guard here leaning against the doorway who's really not paying attention to his job. But first we're going to light this bonfire. And we're going to rest. And we're going to...
And you may remember that snake guard from the fortress.
Yep, and we're finally going to get our Black Knight Halberd up to +5, which makes it as good as it can be. And we can reinforce our Ornstein gear, but we're not going to do that.
Because we're going to get Artorias next.
Yep.
Because it looks super cool.
Yep. Alright, and so we're going to put back on our Grass Crest Shield to get our increased stamina regeneration. If I can remember where it is. Grass Crest Shield.
So again, now that we see these snakes, it's clear that Seath doesn't really want people ringing bells and getting to Anorlondo for whatever reason.
Yes, that these snakes are in the employ of Seath that are also in
Sen's
Fortress.
And as we mentioned, the magicians near the gargoyles. So Seath, for
Yep.
whatever reason, doesn't really want you in Anorlondo.
Yep, and so you can kill him and get your own cell key.
Yeah. Maybe he knows that you'll be coming for a soul he has.
Yep, and as soon as you exit this door, the other snakes notice the jailbreak and ring the most annoying alarm in history.
It's super annoying, and it doesn't stop until you stop it.
Yeah, it does not stop. And also they release these strange creatures that are called Pisakas, that are going to wriggle out into the area. Also, this guy is going to be a hero.
As we've said, there's no room for heroes in Dark Souls.
And these guys actually don't fight you.
Yeah, they run up to the top of a ladder.
Yeah, they're trying to protect the door, the exit, and so to save yourself some trouble, you can go ahead and kill them ahead of time. Also, I'm going to climb up here because there are some side paths we can take to get some extra items.
Some items. As you'll see, this prison was once probably just part of the library.
Yes, so this is locked.
Prison.
But yeah, there's books lining all of this.
Yeah, and the locked doors usually mean you gotta find a key somewhere. Now, if you go on the sledge, well, just, yeah, drop down like Deprava's doing, and
Yep.
there's items all over.
And there is a maiden who's... And this is actually the game making up for a semi-side quest that we have actually not triggered yet. That I'll discuss when we get to it. But later on there's a character that we're going to meet, and if we do her area first and save her, she eventually goes hollow and ends up in here. And we'll explain how that all connects then. But just remember that this is supposed to represent a character we haven't actually met yet. And then over here, we're back to the bonfire. And I'm not going to rest at it because I don't want to respawn all those snakes. And then over here we can see, here come some of the Pisakas, who will attempt to grab you in their tentacles.
Very Lovecraftian.
Yes.
Seath is very Lovecraftian.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, and they poke a giant speary tongue through you. Thank you. And then this is a door that you can open with your own key, just in case you wanted to come in here.
There's items in some of
yeah,
these
I
places.
think there are items in some of these cells.
This may not be one of them.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But we're going to go down, and then I believe this one you need a different key to open, which we are going to collect here momentarily. And then this is one we can open, where there are more guys for us. And actually a drop. Where there is an item, which is the other key to open the other
Great
cells.
falling stab, by the way.
I know, right? I'm a goddamn professional. Oh, got caught again. 'Cause I am...
Had to go back for more.
Well, no, like... I mean, what was I gonna do there?
Time your dodge better.
Fair enough. Oh, and then this Pisaka dropped something, and it's a humanity, and that's interesting, because the creatures that drop humanity tend to either be humans, or...
They're humans.
Well, rats will drop it, presumably because they...
Oh, but is there a difference, Dave?
Possibly not.
Humans are rats.
Yes.
All of them.
And so this gives us a large soul of Brave Warrior.
Who is also a rat.
Yes. And of course, as we can hear, that annoying alarm is still going. Although, actually, if you die in this section and respawn at the prison cell bonfire, that alarm will just turn off. It only ever is on the first time you activate it by escaping the prison cell.
Finally to the bottom, so there's more of these little Lovecraft squids.
Yep, and then that one got me while I was hitting the other one. God, I'm doing so well in this playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
So many things that never happened to me.
Luckily you have armor, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know, luckily.
Thank Ornstein for his armor.
Indubitably. So, oh, here's a... Whoa.
So there's a bunch of gears for something. This is probably like a, what, a planetarium? No.
Yeah, or some sort of observatory. And then you have here ones that are not hostile and are actually crying.
Yeah,
and
if
have...
you go up to them, you can hear them cry. And these are alleged to be... I'm not sure why, but the main theory is that they are two daughters of chaos.
Well, no, it's not. These are priestesses.
Well, 3 years ago, the main theory was they were two daughters of chaos.
Oh, well, no, I don't. I think we know who all the daughters of chaos are now. No, these are priestesses of the sun, which is why, or Thorland priestesses, which is why they drop miracles. And here's our good buddy, Big Head Logan, who apparently made it this far and then got imprisoned.
As he is wont to do.
Yes. Yes, and we can see that he decided to come here because he wanted to investigate Seath's own sort of research into magic. And so we are tasked with releasing him, but that door is still locked.
Guess we gotta go kill some more snakes.
Still don't have the key for that one. So now we go up here to this platform.
And this is, you know, without dying, if you want the alarm to stop, you can turn it off, but you gotta go uphill.
Yeah, so first I'm gonna go up here and...
Gotta go uphill. You gotta kill the snakes.
Yep.
Dual wielding Kerbras.
Yep,
That's
so...
quadruple wielding.
Then this will turn off the alarm, even though it's not strictly necessary.
But it saves your sanity.
Yep, and then back here, there is the archive tower giant door key, which opens the door all the way at the top, but does not open the door at the bottom. Which means whenever we get that key, we'll have to backtrack all the way back. Which I tend to skip, but for this playthrough, we will do it.
I mean, we don't really need, because we're not going to do all of Big Hat Logan's story anyway, right?
I mean, yeah, we can. We've got the souls to burn. We can do his stuff.
All right.
And his is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's very Lovecraftian.
So running
that term as much as I can from
all the way to the top. There's an item over there underneath that stairwell that I don't think I've ever gotten.
I don't know how to get it. I'm sure it's possible.
I don't think it's anything very important, but I just don't think I've ever figured out how to get down there to it.
I think it's just you've got to fall on it somehow from the top in some way, but...
Anyway.
Don't ask me how.
Nope, so now we're coming back up here to the top of this platform. And we can see this is the tower, which is a big book depository, that we saw at the when we saw Duke's archives from a distance.
Yeah, it was sort of the one with the dome top.
Yeah, it had a very tall tower with a dome on it, and that's what we are currently imprisoned in. And so now we are making our getaway from there to, and our reward is a very pretty vista showing us where we are going to go after this.
And then it's a really difficult puzzle staircase place.